Federal judge ruling that portions of a free speech lawsuit against officials at the University of California, Berkeley can move forward. Now, Berkeley College Republicans and the Young America's Foundation claim campus administrators erected barriers trying to discourage them from being able to bring in conservative speakers. Joining me now, the national spokesman for the Young America's Foundation. They are the plaintiffs in this lawsuit, and this is Spencer Brown. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so listen, I want to read a little bit of what the chancellor has said there at UC Berkeley. She says this, and this is last fall when this had all started up. She said the right response is not the heckler's veto or what some call platform denial. Call toxic speech out for what it is. Don't shut it down. For in shouting it down, you collude in the narrative that universities are not open to all speech, respond to hate speech with more speech. She says they've tried to work with groups like yours because they want all viewpoints heard on campus. You guys say not so.
Yeah, not so much. You know, what we've seen time and again is this pattern from UC Berkeley where what they say and what they do are two very different things. And so they claim to be the home of the free speech movement. What we've seen time and again is that they continually use their policies, some of them unwritten even, in order to shut down conservative speech.
Well, and I know that there's been talk about this unwritten policy that's aimed at certain speakers. They say there's no such policy. And I want to read part of their motion to dismiss against your lawsuit that you all filed. They say the University of California is deeply committed to free speech on its campuses. The university never banned any speech. Rather, UC Berkeley instituted permissible restrictions on when, where, and under what circumstances major speaker events could occur in campus venues to address specific and credible security threats. They said defendants took reasonable steps to facilitate plaintiffs' events while balancing the competing concerns for security, the university's limited resources, and its educational mission. So I know that there are security fees that they have instituted with speakers coming in.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And sort of everything that they say in that statement, they've acted the opposite of. And so if you look at them saying that they've tried to make accommodations, you know, when we first decided to bring Ben Shapiro to Berkeley, they said we have no venues for you at all. And obviously that was not the case, because when we called them out in the press, suddenly they magically found this venue. They gave us the venue. Then about 2 weeks before the event, they restricted 2/3 of the venue, saying you can't use 2/3 of this venue. You can only use the lower level in case somebody throws a chair off one of the balconies. And then they instituted the security fee at the last minute. They tried to restrict the ticketing process. Basically, they've done everything in their power with repeated speakers to prevent students on their campus from hearing conservative ideas.
Okay, so the judge who ruled just last week in this allowed part of your complaint to move forward, but other parts of it not so. Didn't find some of those were justiciable claims. So it's a partial victory for you. How do you feel moving forward?
Yeah, you know, the Department of Justice also released a statement this week calling this a victory in our free speech case against UC Berkeley. But basically what we're able to do now is finally get onto the facts of this case. We've been arguing on this motion to dismiss for a year. Finally, we get to the facts of the case and give these students their day in court. And so we're moving forward under the First and 14th Amendment, basically on the grounds that what Berkeley did, these policies that they had and how they implemented them, violated the First and 14th Amendment rights of these students by denying them free speech, denying them due process, using these vague, unwritten policies. And we're very excited to finally move on to explaining this to the rest of the country.
Any other future events coming up that are kind of at the center of this dispute?
Well, we're coming up on the summer now, but actually in the wake of the successful event with Ben Shapiro, we've had events there with Dennis Prager and Rick Santorum. And so what we've seen is this lawsuit has actually sort of opened up the gates at Berkeley a little bit, where when they have all this attention on them, they're a little more resistant to keep blocking speeches.
Well, the chancellor says that is the ultimate goal. The university says they're willing to work on this. And the names that you've given us, those are certainly people that would be considered conservative speakers. So we'll keep an eye on this. Keep us updated on the lawsuit and any future events there at Berkeley.
Awesome. Thank you.
Spencer, great to have you.